Well, it's time now for weather with Al Dutcher. Al, how are things shaping up for the week ahead?
Well, Troy, you're absolutely correct. We have basically seen the cool weather last week, and we're looking for this week to see a little bit better of a warm-up as we go through this next 7-day period. We're going to have to deal with showers around the area, particularly this weekend. We've had some good rains in the last week across portions of the state. Last weekend, the big winner was south central and central Nebraska. Generally between 3/4 of an inch and 2 inches was reported. We've seen some other activity during the middle of the week as another reinforcing cold front came through the state, dropped some precipitation across east central southeast Nebraska as the most concentrated area. Between 1/4 and 3/4 inch was very commonly reported. Then we had the thunderstorm development over those last 24 hours, and we expect to see some of that continue on to today. So as we go to the upper air models, what we notice is that we have a trough in the mid layers of the atmosphere moving through the region. It's going to tap some of that Gulf moisture and redevelop thunderstorm activity as we see the trough in the Great Lakes wane. So surface low develops in the Texas Panhandle. Big fetch of moisture streaming toward the north. With the warmer conditions, we'll see that warm front lift to our region, bringing thunderstorm activity to much of the eastern half of the state and much humid conditions. And then by tomorrow, we start to see another trough moving through the region, a little bit farther south than the trough that will move through today. We'll see low pressure once again the Texas Panhandle and to the east of us. That will help increase the flow. So we're going to get a convergence zone across northern Kansas, southern Nebraska with thunderstorm activity expected, particularly during the first half of the day. And then that trough begins to move toward the east. That should take some of the moisture with us, but we do see another low pressure system trying to develop in the Texas Panhandle. There's just not a lot of support for it, as most of the heavy concentrated precipitation will remain to our south. And then as we get into the day Tuesday, now we start to see the trough starting to slip into the northern Rockies and will start to deepen during the week. Low pressure across the Dakotas, eastern Montana, and then one across the Texas Panhandle will be the focal area for thunderstorm activity in the southern plains and across the northern plains. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of drought relief in the Dakotas, North Dakota especially. On Wednesday, we see a piece of energy moving into this trough, digging much deeper. We see a surface low starting to develop in the Intermountain Basin and one across south central Kansas. Once again, that'll start to funnel moisture northward. Looks like southern Nebraska once again will be on the northern periphery of the precipitation, and then we'll also see another secondary boundary across South Dakota. On Thursday, this trough digs a little bit farther into the western United States. The big main surface low associated with this trough lays in the Intermountain region, and then we see another surface low starting to develop in the Texas Panhandle that will start to lift precipitation toward the northeast, once again targeting northern Kansas and eastern Kansas. By Friday, this trough really starts to strengthen, and we start to see a movement toward the east. We also see the forecast for low developing in northeastern Colorado, so a big deep fetch of moisture comes northward. The main concentrated area right now depicted is across the northern Rockies, but this is expected to fill in as we progress through next weekend, and I would not be surprised once again that we will see another severe weather outbreak in the central plains. So overall, as we look to the 8 to 14-day forecast from next Thursday to the following Tuesday, with that low coming in, below normal temperatures across the northern Rockies, and precipitation well above normal to the central Rockies, central plains northward. So overall, it looks like we're going to be dealing with hit and miss showers to our north and our south, possibly some of them hitting Nebraska, and overall a slightly warmer trend as we go through this next 7-day period.